Hello, and welcome to the Chakra Wellness course. The Chakra Wellness course is a primer on the basics of energy healing. The chakras are your body's main energy healing centers, and by learning about the chakras, you're empowering yourself to be able to take care of your own energetic hygiene. My name is Timmy Horvath, and I'm an ERYT, which is a yoga teacher registered with the Yoga Alliance and a holistic health practitioner. I'm the founder of the Sacred Wellness School of Healing Arts, and since 2015, I have taught Reiki and energy healing courses. I'm also a certified aromatherapy teacher and aromatherapy practitioner, and I'm a yoga and fitness professional going on 10 plus years in the industry. A quick disclaimer before we begin. The statements in this course have not been evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. The information and techniques in this course do not constitute medical advice. You should always seek medical advice from a qualified doctor in the case of illness. While all suggested practices are offered in good faith, the author, me, Timmy Horvath, cannot accept responsibility for any illness arising out of the failure of the student or individual to seek medical advice from a qualified medical doctor. So let's get started. Chakras 101. What are the chakras? Chakra is a Sanskrit word meaning wheel. The chakras are vortexes of energy that exist within the energetic body, and some of the chakras actually intersect with the physical body as well. There are 7 main chakras that run down the center of the body along the Hara line. And the Hara line is an imaginary line that runs down the center of the body. So if you were looking at yourself straight on, you could imagine a line that goes right through you, separating you between equal right and left sides. And this Hara line is also a line of energy that connects all of the chakras. Each chakra has a different frequency and is responsible for different parts of the body and aspects of one's life. Chakra anatomy. So from root to crown, we name them chakra 1 through 7. So in that order, starting with chakra 1, we have the root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. The names of the chakras are pretty self-explanatory, and they pretty well tell you where on the body they lie. Except for perhaps the root chakra and the crown chakra. So the root chakra is at the very base of the spine in the pelvic floor area, and the crown chakra is above the head, right at the crown. There are many benefits of working with the chakras, and so I'm going to go over just a few of the main ones. So first is improved body awareness. What that means is you'll be aware of all of the changes happening in your body. You'll learn to recognize your physical and energetic baseline. If problems arise, you're able to mitigate them before they escalate. And the chakras are also key to embodying energy healing practices and meditation. Another benefit of working with the chakras is that you'll get heightened psychic senses. Working with the chakras opens and clears your psychic centers, particularly your third eye chakra and your solar plexus chakra. Both of these are very important, and they're really where you receive most of your psychic information. Most people are aware that the third eye chakra is your psychic center. For those of you who aren't familiar with the solar plexus chakra being a psychic center, consider the phrase gut instinct. And so whenever you have that intuition or that feeling in your body that something is good or you're on the right track or something is very wrong, you're going to feel that in your solar plexus chakra. This is also the place where you definitely feel a lot of excess energy, or if you're bumping into other people's energies and you don't really know yet how to manage that, perhaps because you haven't been working with your chakras yet, you'll feel it in the solar plexus. With an increased sensitivity to energy, you'll be better able to distinguish your energy from everybody else's. And therefore, it'll be easier for you to release old energetic patterns, cut energetic cords, and keep your own energy to yourself. And this means that you'll have a resistance to psychic vampires, as well as you'll be less likely to become one yourself. And so always remember, it takes one to know one. We all have our tendencies to become psychic vampires. And that's not a judgment, that's just a fact. And so with this awareness, again, you'll learn what energy is yours, when you're becoming too clingy or too needy, and how to let all of that go. And ultimately, one of the biggest benefits of working with the chakras is a clear sense of self empowerment. You'll be able to see where you've come from, where you are right now, and where you're headed. And with that information, you'll be able to really create your own life experience and write your own story from a place of empowerment, not victimhood. You'll be able to surrender to what you cannot change and change what you can. So, most of us are familiar with the law of attraction. And yes, you do create your own reality, but you're also creating other people's realities. And other people are creating their realities and your reality as well. All this to say is that we're not really in charge of a whole heck of a lot. And so the biggest spiritual practice of all is surrender. What we can control are our reactions and our own personal experiences and how we deal with what comes our way. And working with the chakras and getting to know yourself intimately in that way is really key to giving you the ability to do that. With a sense of self empowerment, you know that you're responsible for your energy and your personal experience. And again, surrender versus control, you'll really understand what it means to create your own reality. It's not just about manifesting your dream car and getting the perfect parking space all the time. Like I said, we really aren't in control, or we are in control, but if we're in control, then all of us are in control. So if we're all in control, then how can any one of us really have dominion over the world? We can't. So again, what can we control? Our reaction, our perspective, and our own energy, which is the whole point of this journey with the chakras. So let's talk about balancing the chakras. And so sometimes the chakras can seem to be overactive or underactive, or we say that they're blocked. And I'm sure you've heard these phrases before. So if we can bring it back to chakra meaning wheel and them being swirling vortexes of energy, the chakras again are how you draw energy in from the outside world and give it back out. So we're always receiving information energetically, and we have to be able to let it flow through us. So we can't let anything stagnate. That's not healthy. And if there's any overactivity or underactivity, it can manifest in the body or in an area of your life that's lacking. So, for example, if there's a part of your life that always needs improvement, where you're just not progressing, take a look at the self-help books that line your shelf. Are the majority of them about relationships and dating, or are they a lot about money, making more money because you can't seem to keep it? Or are they just majority of them about physical health because you feel like, optimum physical health is just out of your reach? These are just questions that you can ask yourself to get to know yourself a bit better. So one example, a blocked root chakra may manifest as lethargy or being fearful of the future. Another example, and this is fairly common, is having an overactive third eye chakra, which ironically, an overactive third eye chakra presents very similar to a blocked third eye chakra, because if it's overactive, you're seeing and you're receiving everything. So it's kind of like you may as well be blocked in that sense, because you're not able to focus, and therefore you're not able to see clearly. And in both instances, you're foggy, you're confused, you're not able to make the right choice, or you're making choices and you're realizing that they're more often wrong than right, and you just wish that you could tap into that part of you that knows better. So by clearing the chakras, you're maintaining a clear and strong energy field, or a strong aura. The truth is, most people are very keenly aware of which chakras need more attention, because it's always evidenced in the quality of your life. That being said, there are chakra quizzes out there. Take those with a grain of salt. So some of them can be a little bit more precise than others, giving you exact percentages and over-unders and that type of thing. And most of the time I find people resonate with the main themes that they find from the results of these quizzes. But if you take a quiz and it doesn't quite resonate with you, or it doesn't really make sense, then you always have to trust yourself first. A quiz is basically an algorithm, and it's really, really hard to create an accurate algorithm on something like someone's personal energy field, especially since the chakras are changing all the time. They're responding to your life and to your feelings in that moment. So like I said, probably at this moment, you have a pretty keen sense of which chakras you need to pay more attention to, and that's all you need to know. So before we move on, I want to remind you to be a responsible energy healer. Problems or issues must always be dealt with at the level at which they arise. That is, if you have a physical issue, you have to deal with it at the physical level. So that might look like getting a medical diagnosis, taking prescribed medications, and receiving physical therapy or psychiatric therapy. That can look like a million different things. Energy healing doesn't interfere with medical treatment. In fact, it can serve to enhance it. And holistic health means exploring all of your options, not just the alternative ones. That's probably the weirdest myth that's out there. When we say holistic health, people automatically close their minds to conventional allopathic medicine and only consider alternative or complementary options. Well, that's not holistic at all. Holistic means taking everything into account. And the specialty of allopathic or conventional medicine is the body. And working with the chakras is a practice of embodiment. So unless you're willing to really face that reality and accept everything as it is, how it shows up in your life right now, you'll never really be working with your chakras or your energy body at an authentic level. So there are many ways of working with the chakras. Yoga is one of the primary ways. And yoga poses and breath work, when applied mindfully, can clear and stimulate certain chakras. As an example, the practice of Kundalini yoga is specifically designed to clear the chakras, although most traditional yoga systems do as well. So basically, yoga and the chakras go hand in hand. I've actually created what I've come to call the Chakra Workout, which is a total body workout that incorporates yoga and functional fitness. And it is part of your course if you've purchased the full course, and you can find it in your course dashboard. Exercise, of course, chakras are a practice of embodiment, therefore moving the body in certain ways with intention helps to stimulate and clear the chakras. And meditation, of course, meditation of all kinds helps to clear the chakras, especially the third eye and the crown chakras. There are many guided meditations out there that can be used as forms of energy work and can target the chakras specifically. Color. This is one of my favorite ways of working with the chakras. Each color has a unique vibrational frequency, which can be used for healing the energy body. Each chakra also resonates with certain colors, and working with color is a simple and easy way to balance the chakras. So color can be used in meditation by visualization, and in the foods that we eat by choosing foods that resonate with that color that you're working with, and wearing clothes that are the same color that you're working with. Also surrounding yourself with that color. There are just many, many ways. Energy healing. So using energy healing methods works on the chakras directly because the chakras are energetic in nature. So this is really a fast track way. Modalities include Reiki or other forms of energy work, crystal healing, sound healing, color therapy, and creating sacred space. You can also use essential oils and herbs on a subtle level, drawing on their vibrational properties, similar to how you would use crystals. So to be clear here, you would be using essential oils and herbs for their energetic properties. So you wouldn't be ingesting them or doing really anything with them, but you would still be using them, incorporating them in your work. Now, you could certainly drink the tea in an intentional way to clear your chakras. You can diffuse essential oils for sure, but they have so much power even just on their vibrational level. So do consider that as a very safe way to work with the chakras. So let's start with the root chakra, also known as Muladhara. Properties of the root chakra. The color of the root chakra is red. Its mantra is Lam, element is earth, and it's located at the base of the spine and in the legs, includes the glutes and the feet. Its health domain is that of your immunity, bones, teeth, and bowels. And the domain of the lifestyle is your career, finances, and home, just to name a few. When your root chakra is balanced, you feel secure, stable, and trust in your ability to support yourself. You're generally healthy and take good care of yourself. You're ready to take action in your life, making it easy for you to manifest what you need. Ways to heal the root chakra. All physical movements, especially weight-bearing exercise, and truly all actions that serve your physical health are good for the root chakra. You may want to work with crystals that are good for grounding, cleansing, and protection, and these are typically your red and black stones. And working with essential oils, especially the tree or resin-based essential oils. So working with essential oils and herbs, that's an earth-based practice, and earth-based practices resonate very strongly with the root chakra. Practicing discipline in your life, routine, action, and responsibility with money, so good with the root chakra. It's one of those things that you really have to live before you receive it, or fake it till you make it. We don't like words like discipline and routine, right? Or responsibility. Sometimes they can make you cringe, but that's what the root chakra is all about. Because when you have self-discipline, when you have solid routines, when you take action and you're responsible with things like your money, that's where the real freedom is. And until you figure that out, you're not going to have a very strong foundation. Moving on to the sacral chakra, chakra 2, Svadhisthana. The color of the sacral chakra is orange. Its mantra is Vam. Element is water. It's located in the sacral region, the hips and the reproductive organs. It rules the health of the lymphatic and circulatory system, the reproductive system, your skin, and your flexibility overall. In your lifestyle, it rules your recreation, what you do for fun, sex, relationships, and finances as well. When your sacral chakra is balanced, you're able to find pleasure and joy in life. You're able to go with the flow and are empowered in expressing your creativity. You're in touch with your sexuality and are able to get all of your needs met in a healthy way. Ways to heal within the sacral chakra include practicing fun and creative exercise, especially movement that focuses on opening the hips and flowing intuitively. Womb healing, if you can find somebody who is skilled in practicing womb healing, it's worth the Google. And Reiki and energy work that focuses on the hips and reproductive area. Proper hydration for sure. Crystal healing, working with orange or turquoise stones, and spending time with people you love. This is such a simple thing, but it has really, really profound effects, and really that causes you to take a look at who you love and really taking the time to do that, because the sacral chakra loves relationships. It loves that flow, that giving and that receiving. Think of water that just sits there, it becomes stagnant, it becomes old, but running water is always fresh. Sensual self-care. Baths, dancing, massage, fun fiction. And that means, like not necessarily self-help all the time, although that can definitely be fun. But what do you like to read for fun? What kind of books really take you on an adventure, take you on a journey? Do you even allow yourself to read books like that anymore? Do you allow yourself to have fun? Do you allow yourself to even watch your favorite movie? So these are questions, right? Your sacral chakra basically points to your ability to have fun. Is life fun for you? Do you get to enjoy it? Do you receive those sense pleasures? The solar plexus chakra, Manipura. Color of the solar plexus chakra is yellow. Its mantra is Ram. Element is fire, and it's located at the solar plexus, which is between the bottom of the rib cage and the navel. It rules your digestion and your organ health, as well as your career advancement or your advancement in your vocation, whatever it happens to be, parenting, so those type of leadership positions, autonomy in all areas of your life. When your solar plexus chakra is balanced, you feel strong, confident, and are a good leader. You are optimistic, happy, and humble. People feel safe around you and trust your judgment. Ways to work with the solar plexus chakra. So you really want to do strong movements like combative fitness, such as boxing, MMA, etc. You don't have to actually be in combat with somebody. You could definitely just do the fitness version, so non-contact, but still within the realm of boxing, right? Or anything like that, martial arts. HIIT, boot camp. These are exercises that make you feel strong, right? Like after you do it, you feel like a rock star. In the world of yoga, you want to do asanas that stimulate the digestive system and build core strength. And what that looks like are twisting poses like Warrior 3 and plank, all of those that really engage your core and make you very aware of your core. Intuitive eating. So you want to practice intuitive eating, nourishing yourself and caring for your digestive system. I would highly recommend that you Google intuitive eating, especially like the actual proper intuitive eating method. The original program of intuitive eating is written by Evelyn Tribble and Elise Resch, and that book has been republished many, many times. And while you're at it, you may also want to Google HAES, H-A-E-S, or Health at Every Size. Working with the solar plexus chakra with Reiki is a very powerful way to clear that area, and clearing and cleansing your aura in general and practicing cord cutting. It's also really good for the solar plexus. And working with crystals that clear negative energy and invite power and positivity. So such as citrine and tiger's eye. Most yellow stones will do that. But for me, the solar plexus chakra really loves citrine and absolutely loves tiger's eye. Tiger's eye, if ever there was a solar plexus chakra crystal, that's it. The heart chakra, Anahata. The heart chakra colors are either green or pink. And for me personally, it just depends on how I'm feeling that day. I let my heart chakra speak to me. Its mantra is Yam. The element is air. It's located at the center of the chest, right at the sternum. It rules your cardiovascular system, circulatory system, and also the health, strength, and flexibility of your chest, upper back, arms, and hands. And it also rules your relationships, volunteering, family, all of those heart-focused activities and reaching out in connection with other people. When your heart chakra is balanced, you're able to love freely and feel the love that surrounds you. You're able to give and receive with equal measure. You're honest and authentic in your relationships. You feel secure and are able to serve others without draining yourself. Ways of working with the heart chakra include channeling Reiki or healing energy. Just working with Reiki is so good for the heart chakra because the energy is typically drawn through the palm chakras, which are an extension of the heart chakra. And if you're not sure what that means, if you imagine Reiki, whether you're doing hands-on or hands-off work, we give and we receive with our hands. And whether or not it's Reiki or quantum touch or pranic healing or whatever kind of energy you're working with, we typically draw it in through our crown chakras and channel it through our hands. So in channeling Reiki and in channeling healing energy, tapping into energy, we're clearing the heart chakra. With physical exercise, you want to focus on the things that build cardiovascular fitness. So you know what that looks like. That's walking, jogging, running, spin, Zumba, dance, step classes, whatever it is. Build that heart strength. In yoga, poses that focus on chest and upper back expansion, and upper body exercises, upper body asanas. In the realm of crystals, you'll want to work with crystals that stimulate the heart chakra, and our prime crystal for that is rose quartz, of course, and also rhodochrosite. Most pink or green stones will help. I know rose quartz has definitely been typecast. It's such a powerful crystal though, and far beyond expanding the heart chakra and helping you tap into the love that you have for yourself and others, which are phenomenal things. Rose quartz also has wonderful properties for just the whole physical body, keeping everything in tune. So rose quartz, luckily, is very easy to come by. Everybody needs to have some rose quartz in their life. And finally, essential oils are herbs that are flowery or based from flowers, such as rose, jasmine, neroli, patchouli, lavender, and ylang ylang. Most of the ones that I just mentioned, with the exception of lavender, for most people anyway, pack a pretty powerful punch. So really a little goes a long way. So just be careful with that if you're working, if you're making a perfume blend or you want to make an anointing oil, you really don't need very much. Remember, when you're tapping into the vibrational properties anyway, less is more. The throat chakra, Vishuddha. The color of the throat chakra is blue. Mantra is hum. Element is ether, and it's located at the center of your throat. It rules the health of your thyroid, hypothalamus, tonsils, throat, and neck. And it has to do with your fashion sense, your originality, anything having to do with public speaking and performing of all kinds of performing, acting, singing, dancing, all of it. When your throat chakra is balanced, you express yourself freely and bravely. You communicate well and speak truthfully and kindly. You honor your personal tastes and style and have an open and creative mind. Ways to work with the throat chakra are healing with sound. So sound meditation, so that means listening to music that has been tuned to a particular healing frequency. Sound baths, again, just lounging in that sound. You may not be meditating. You could actually be having a bath in the water, or you could just be reading a book, or you could be sleeping. Chanting, singing, anything you like, and reciting mantra, of course. Maintaining the flexibility and strength of your neck, shoulders, and thoracic spine is definitely good for the throat chakra. And indulging your artistic side. So anything creative, whether you like to crochet or knit or paint or graphic design or web design, journaling, creative writing, blogging, writing poetry. Those are all really, and regardless of whether you think you're good at it, it doesn't matter. The point is you have to get it out of your system. And I always tell myself when it comes to creative work or blogging or whatever it is, even creating courses like this, just I say, let's make the worst article, let's write the worst article about this topic that could possibly ever be written. So I just get it out of my system. And your first draft is never your final draft, right? So you got to get the first draft out, because without the first draft, you're never going to get your 12th or 13th draft, which might be the one, right? So just get it out, edit, and that's how it goes. So just let yourself be like a Picasso in whatever it is you're doing. I am going to learn how to crochet, for example. You could tell yourself and be like, I'm going to crochet the worst hand towel ever. You got to get that out of your system. And that's part of working through your throat chakra. Working with crystals, blue stones, of course, to stimulate the throat chakra, but quite often people have blockages or they don't feel heard or they're overactive in the throat chakra. And so I personally find that quite often, in addition to blue stones, black stones like your black tourmaline and your jet and your onyx to clear blockages, and especially smoky quartz, can be very, very helpful in the throat chakra area. The third eye chakra, ajna. The color of the third eye chakra is indigo. Mantra is Om. Element is light. It's located in the middle of the forehead, just above and between the eyebrows. It rules the health of your neurological system, your eyes, and your ears. And it has to do with your inner life and your mental processes. So when your third eye chakra is balanced, you're able to think clearly and have strong psychic senses. You're able to think ahead and see the big picture. Your intuition is well tempered against your logic. Working with the third eye chakra, meditation, number one. If you're only going to do one thing, meditate, especially using techniques that incorporate visualization. So this is different from, say, sound meditation, right? With a third eye chakra, it's good if you can use a guided meditation, that's great. But eventually what you want to train yourself to be able to do is to guide yourself through the visualization from memory, because that's really going to stimulate your brain for one thing, and it will also really build your clairvoyance. So some of these visualizations can be quite elaborate. And so you want to work your way up. So maybe starting by just visualizing certain colors, working with color in a healing way, or just for the sake of it, picking a color to work with that day, just so you can get a really clear image in your mind. And to give you an idea of how elaborate these visualizations can get, there's some visualizations that I'm still working towards where you're visualizing an entire Buddha field. So a whole field of Buddhas, female ancestors to one right, male ancestors to another direction, certain people of different areas of your life in certain rows. And of course, the people who are right in front of you are the people who give you the most trouble in your life. And then of course there's the Buddhas, or if you're visualizing certain Buddhas or certain deities, you're seeing them extremely clearly right down to the last detail, their mudras, what they're holding, what color their cushion is, and everything around. So it can get a little bit crazy, but it is possible and it is worth working towards. You may also choose balancing poses. So in yoga, any pose that challenges your balance helps to build your proprioception, helps to build your strength in your brain and your focus and your concentration. All of these things are good for the third eye chakra. Cross-body movement. So they know this to be true, especially when working with depression, anxiety, or any sort of, mental disorder. I'm not saying this is a panacea or anything, but they find that exercise that incorporates cross-body movement can be very good for the brain in that way. So cross-body movement means anytime you're taking the right side of your body, reaching it over to the other side, which happens a lot in most group fitness classes, definitely any kind of dance class, step class, high-low fitness, anything like that, calisthenics, yoga for sure, Pilates, those kind of movements, choreographed fitness and dance. So the key here is the choreography, because you're challenging your memory and your muscle memory as well. And we know that people who dance or who practice choreography well into their later years are far less likely to suffer from the detrimental effects of dementia and Alzheimer's. or those that do already have that, they're able to kind of slow things down, right? One of the many things that can be done. Reiki to clear the third eye chakra is especially good, as well as practicing distance Reiki, particularly working with the Hansha Shonen symbol. So if you're looking at this presentation here, HSZSN is just the abbreviated version of Hansha Shonen. So that is the symbol that helps to work with connection, and it really empowers and sets distant healing in motion. So practicing distance Reiki, very good practice for your third eye chakra. And psychic Reiki, what I mean by that is non-contact Reiki. So whether you're working with someone in a one-on-one session and you're not using hands-on Reiki, whether you're hovering your hands over them or you're literally just keeping your hands to yourself and you are working on your psychic senses and allowing Reiki to flow, which is what you always do anyway, or within yourself, really witnessing the flow of energy. And this goes with all kinds of energy work, just really witnessing it, guiding it, and seeing it through your psychic senses, not so much your body anymore. Any practice that boosts your psychic development. So you might want to take a mediumship class or a channeling class, if that is something you're interested in. Practicing astral traveling, and this includes Akashic records and listening to guided meditations that take you on a journey, and specifically shamanic journeying, and taking care of your mental health. Anything you can do to take care of your mental health is good for you. Obviously, we know that. Particularly good for your third eye chakra. And what you do for your third eye chakra in one capacity will definitely help. That is to say, if you know your mental health needs care, then I would be very, very, very careful about just, anything that you do intuitively. So if you like to read tarot cards, but you're going through a really, really, really rough spot, it's safe to say that you probably would be better off getting a second, third, or fourth opinion, or really, really just journaling and doing everything you can to tap into that part of you that knows, because if your mental health is suffering, it's going to be infecting your intuition, because it's all related. And finally, the crown chakra, Sahasrara. The color of the crown chakra is violet or white. The mantra is Ah, element is thought. It's located above the head at the crown, and it rules the domain of your mental health and your spiritual health. Within your life, the crown chakra has to do with your spiritual life, your spiritual community, and your service to others. When your crown chakra is balanced, you have a clear connection to the divine and the unseen world. You recognize the divinity within yourself and others, and have a strong spiritual practice. You live life fully from a grounded place, which enables you to be fully connected in the physical and energetic world. You're happy with your life and trust in a loving universe. Ways to work and heal through the crown chakra. So this is where it all comes down to your spiritual practice. So whatever your spirituality or your religion happens to be, reading spiritual texts, that includes the Bible, if that's for you, prayer, chanting, meditating, gathering with your sangha, or gathering with your church family. Meditative movements such as seated meditation, walking meditation, Tai Chi, Qigong, restorative yoga, Yin yoga, or Yoga Nidra. Reiki attunement specifically. So being attuned to Reiki clears and activates all of your chakras, and it leaves your crown chakra open to source energy. So this is really key here. It's through the crown chakra that we tap into universal life force energy, aka Reiki. So if you are already attuned to Reiki, then simply practicing Reiki is very good for keeping your crown chakra clear and open. And with that being said, self-Reiki or any kind of energy healing work for yourself. So really, rather than always relying on someone else to do it for you, channeling divine source energy for your own healing is one of the most empowering things you can do. And anybody can learn to do this. So you should. It's one of those basic skills, basic fundamental life skills that people who are interested in it, they should have it. So the point of that is working with a modality that really connects you to source and in a system that allows you to practice it, right? So that's what's so special about these systems like Reiki or quantum touch or what have you. But ultimately, the crown chakra is the culmination of the health of all of our lower chakras. That's not to say that that it's exactly like a pyramid, and that if, for example, your sacral or your root chakras are lacking, then you can never have a fully actualized crown chakra. However, if that happens to be the case for you, I would really encourage you to pay close attention to the lower chakras, because it will just open up areas and really allow you to advance in your upper chakras in ways that you could never have imagined before. So at the end of all of this, I want you to trust your energy and trust yourself. The chakras are self-regulating. So if you've never heard about the chakras until now, obviously you've been doing well enough, because they do shift and respond to your feelings and experiences. They're always moving towards homeostasis or balance, much like your immune system. So like I said earlier, there are a lot of people out there who don't understand how their immune system works, right? It doesn't make it not work. But the thing with energy, especially with the chakras, is when you bring awareness to your chakras, the whole system kickstarts the healing process. When you shine the light of your awareness in the chakras, they will immediately start to shift toward a healthier state. It is literally the observer affecting the observed. I want you to consider, if you're in a group of people and you're having a private conversation, or you want to have a private conversation, or you're maybe just talking to yourself, do you act differently if you know someone's watching you? Do you say things a different way, or maybe you choose to say different things, or you withhold information, or you say things in a different way? If you know somebody is listening, knowing that you're being observed changes your behavior. And that is exactly what happens with the chakras. All of these activities, all of these modalities, anything that any energy healing practitioner could possibly do in a healing room, all we're doing is we're facilitating a healing experience, and we are allowing you to focus on your chakras. We are bringing them into the awareness, and once the light is shining on them, they have no choice. They will start to shift, which is why even just listening to this workshop or reading a book about the chakras starts the healing process already. You're going to start to feel shifts before you've even actually done anything. So can you imagine, once you start putting these things into practice and you're being intentional with your work, what you could possibly do? Your results are limitless. Different practices can be used to stimulate the chakras more directly than others. So remember, healing must always happen at the level on which it occurs. If you have a problem within your physical body, you need to deal with that first. Okay. If something is primarily in your mind or in your heart, you need to deal with it at that level. If something is just in your energetic level right now, it hasn't yet progressed to the point where it's getting into your mind, heart, or even your physical body, great. Then we can deal with it exclusively with energy healing. But a lot of the time, especially in the beginning of our work, we're not aware of our energy until it started to leak into our actual physical body. So don't be afraid to be a true holistic healer and use all of the tools that are available to you, not just alternative care, but also conventional care, which is amazing. Caring for your chakras is the most important thing you can do to maintain your energetic hygiene so that you can be a clear channel and have strong boundaries. And it's from this place that you can truly serve others. So the next steps on your chakra wellness journey, I would encourage you to practice the chakra workout, which is in your dashboard. And that will really help you to tap into your physical body within the chakra system, and just to see how easy it is to start to get everything going. And you can use the chakra workout as inspiration moving forward. You can follow it exactly, or you can create your own chakra workout. I would also recommend that you search up and practice a guided chakra healing meditation. So it doesn't have to be audio guided. You can look it up on text. You can, what I mean is, find a website that has a script that you like, or you can read a book, or you might see it in a magazine and work with that, because actually doing a focused chakra healing guided meditation is a very different experience from just doing a breath focused meditation. Then I'd like you to pick one chakra to focus on for the next month and start to incorporate some healing practices for that chakra. Don't get too crazy about it. Just be aware of it and don't judge yourself. We're always cycling through the chakras anyway. So just, if you can't think of any area of your life that's lacking, then perfect. Just pick your favorite one, or the one that's calling you right now, or the one whose healing practices that you really want to get into. And then incorporate all of these techniques into your self-care routine. So allow these practices to slowly build themselves into your life. You always have to do what works for you. Remember, all of these are just facilitating a healing experiences and bringing your awareness to your own energetic healing body. You know what's best for you, and you know what's working based on how you feel. So enjoy the journey. Thank you so much for being here and for participating in the workshop. I have so many resources to continue to support you. So for starters, I have free articles on my blog, which I'm constantly updating. It's just sacredwellness.co/blog. And I've also offered the Sacred Wellness Library, which is an online wellness hub with courses and ebooks, and it's all free, and it's just for newsletter subscribers. So if you go onto my website, just subscribe to the newsletter and you'll have access to the Sacred Wellness Library. I also have yoga and holistic health videos on Vimeo. So that's just vimeo.com/Timmy, pretty easy to remember. My website is sacredwellness.co, and I'm on Facebook and Instagram. So my username on both is sacredwellness.co. And email me anytime if you have any questions about energy healing, chakras, holistic health, and this course in particular, at timmy@sacredwellness.co. Thank you again, and namaste.